Hello and welcome. I hope you are well. This is my first video essay, and if you know, you know, I used to blog, but I'm just trying new things. So here I am. On here, I will be talking about anything and everything, topics that interest me. I will just do like a essay on them and film them for you guys to watch. Like I said, I'll be talking about random topics that interest me. This is just for fun, by the way, so if I happen to offend you or your mummy, then just don't watch me. It's as simple as that, and you'll be doing yourself a favor, and just by protecting your energy, and you won't get offended, you know. I don't understand why people watch certain things just to trigger them. Don't watch it if it's gonna bother you, you know. Keep it moving. You don't need to get yourself all triggered up for nothing, you know. But this is very weird talking to a camera. I'd rather be talking to people. Could there be a podcast coming up? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. As the title states, the video is about why I think the age which a person is considered an adult in the UK should raise to 25. Again, you may or may not agree with me, but this is just a video I'm doing for fun, and just sharing my thoughts and opinions. I'm going to start off with the definition of an adult. According to the Oxford Dictionary, the definition of an adult means a person who is fully grown or developed. Now, I want you to keep that in mind. Okay? Side note, I'm not talking about physical changes because that's an ongoing process and our bodies will keep developing as we age, but I'm also going to be talking about it mentally. According to the National Institution of Health, the brain finishes developing and maturing in the mid to late 20s. The part of the brain behind the forehead, called the prefrontal cortex, is one of the last parts to mature. This area is responsible for skills like planning, prioritizing, and making good decisions. Isn't that helpful when it comes to making important life decisions? Especially ones that could impact others, like what political party to vote for. Now, most people are like sheep. They tend to follow trends. What is a trend, you may ask? Well, a dictionary definition of a trend is a general direction in which something is developing or changing. Most people want to be part of a clique or a group, so they will follow trends. Human beings are social creatures, and we want to feel the need to be part of a community, or else you will be eaten alive, literally. Back in the tribal days, you couldn't necessarily defend yourself from animals that wanted to devour you if you didn't have the support of others around you. There's a security in numbers, and we can all agree on that, I'm sure. Part of survival of the fittest, you had to work together collectively in order to survive and reproduce. That still holds true to this day, hence why we want to feel included and be a part of a group or a community. Everything we are hardwired to do as human, male and female, I believe is true. But I'll get on to those topics later on if I ever continue to make these essay videos. Sorry, I just got my notes on the side, so bear with me. It's because I know I'm gonna go off on tangents because I just like to talk, okay? So I know I'll just go off on tangents, and I won't be, this is just to help me stay focused, so I will just, that's why my eyes are darting on the side, because my notes are there. Anyways, so what does that have to do with tribes and cliques, you're wondering? Considering we are hardwired to be part of a community, if you combine that with your undeveloped prefrontal cortex and the lack of life experience, exposure to the world, etc., are you truly going to make good decisions? People tend to be peer pressured or politically shamed into making certain decisions at that time, around that age, should I say, or are heavily influenced by society on how to think and what to think. Or perhaps they might be influenced to act a certain way and land themselves in prison. Young people aged 18 are treated as an adult by the law. However, if they are sent to prison, they'll be sent to a place that holds 18 to 25-year-olds, not an adult prison. That right there is an indication that 18-year-olds are not old enough to be called adults in society. Think about it. If you commit crimes like an adult, you should also be thrown into prison full of other adults. I understand this system is probably in place to protect them, but why? If they are adults. If you are interested in history and politics, you might be aware that the age was reduced from 21 by the Family Law Reform Act in 1969. According to the LSE British Politics and Policy blog, in 1996, the UK became the first country to lower its age of franchise to 18. Tom, Andy and John argued that lowering the voting age was not in response to popular mobilisation by the public or pressure groups, nor the outcome of significant political contestation. Rather, voting age reform was a consequence of the desire of political leaders to align the voting age with what society increasingly perceived as the new age of adulthood. Lowering the voting age was part of the package of reforms which attempted to streamline the age at which young people were seen to become adults. Life was very different back then. We had no internet and we had better ethics and were more responsible. The internet was established in 1990 and dial-up internet was accessible in March 1992. We live in the age of social media. It has its perks, however. We cannot fully comprehend the power and the danger of the internet. We haven't caught up with truly understanding technology. That's why people don't think before uploading. When you see an X number of likes, you cannot comprehend that visually. Most people, if they could visualize it, they won't be posting what they post. But now you can capitalize off your content and likes, which equates to money, which then become an asset. But it's still all scary. A lot of us have posted cringy content or pictures on the internet in our teenage years, which is why we have now erased and forgotten. One post, however, if you aren't careful, can ruin your life and get you cancelled. 18 to 25-year-olds who are like sheep will see trends on the internet and hop on them, whether it be scandals or certain movements, without actually thinking about it. And that isn't good. You are more reckless when young. I'm not necessarily talking about trolls or cancel culture vultures. Those are just miserable people in their lives, and they come in all ages. But when you grow older, life experiences and interacting with certain people can teach you valuable lessons. You tend to think more broadly as you get older. That is mental maturity. Emotional maturity is different, by the way. I'm not talking about emotional maturity. A wise man, Andrew Tate, once said, "Escape the matrix." I hope I don't get killed for this. It was literally just a joke. Now everyone's version of escaping the matrix is different. Some people's version of quitting a 9 to 5 job and starting a business is escaping the matrix. But if you fall into that rabbit hole of finding out what the matrix is, you will encounter a lot of conspiracy theories, which can be quite frightening. But I hope that the people listening are smart enough to know the evils of the world, or at least be aware of them. As a side note, I'm not hating on the internet, despite being unreliable. It has many benefits, and I can't live without it. Can't live without the internet, guys. Yeah. Believe it or not. But you cannot deny, if not used responsibly, bad things will happen to you. Despite the internet being partly demonic, you can take good from it. We can keep in touch with people and make connections, learn new skills. I'm not a tech person whatsoever, and I have to and will have to teach myself how to use the wonderful technology in order to produce better quality videos for you guys. Yes, I know the quality of this video isn't the best, but it's content, so just enjoy that. Going back to the essay, it does make me uneasy how the world is moving, excluding the evils of the internet. We just all want to be right and no one wants to listen and apply logic. We just can't have different views and opinions, and we have to police everything. One annoying thing is comedians can't be funny anymore, and films aren't allowed to be funny either. For example, Borat 2 was appalling. If you've seen Borat 1, you know how that film was so funny. But the second one just didn't match up for me, and not just for me, many people agree with me. It just wasn't the same. But yeah, now I'm just gonna end off this video because I have to go. My flatmates are waiting for me. We're going out for a meal. So, but anyway, to wrap this video up, in conclusion, these are just a couple of reasons why 18-year-olds shouldn't be classified as adults. I understand you do get mature youngsters, but I still do believe the age range of 18 to 25-year-olds shouldn't be classified as adults. Pre-adults, perhaps similarly to the term pre-teens, but not adults. When I say change the age in which one is classified as an adult, I don't mean prevent 18 to 25-year-olds from having any sort of responsibility because they are young. That is not what I'm saying. But just be cautious that they're more likely to make bad decisions. And people already know that. That's nothing new. You tend to have different opinions when you are young and you change as a person. And I know many of us, including me, have evolved and now have different views on certain topics compared to when we were younger. And we may have made some questionable life decisions in our lives, which we regret. But that is the beauty of it all. Our prefrontal cortex forms completely, and our skill and decision-making levels enhance. And I think I should stop there. Thank you for listening and stay blessed.